What's happening? Green Hill Radio, New World Order News. What's up, any gamers coming over from Gamers Theory 101? Used to put the movie reviews up on Gamers Theory 101, but usually what I was doing was like reviewing other movies that I watched in the same weekend as the GHR movie night. Like, I'd watch a few New World Order related movies, post like The Truman Show and Donnie Darko or something like that, right? And then watch a few action movies and review the ones on the side, do like a rapid fire review. I've done a couple of normal long form reviews. The reason why we've got the trailer muted here is because I tried to do an Eddington review and it got copyright claimed, and I'll be damned if you get my shiny buffalo nickel, asshole. Anyway, so we're looking at the trailer to One Battle After Another. Not sure why this is so dark. Let me see if I can fix that. I don't know, something wrong. Anyway, so one battle after another. Now, I walked into this movie the same way I walked into. Well, I didn't walk into this movie the same way that I walked into Civil War. In the newer vein of New World Order propaganda films, Civil War coming straight out of Obama's production company. And that's what's, you got two different kinds of New World Order films. You got the prophetic ones that are trying to warn you, like 1984 and The Matrix, and dozens that you can name. And then you've got the straight up propaganda ones like Civil War and this one here, One Battle After Another. Oh, look who decided to have their brightness normalize. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway. So I didn't really know too much what to expect with Civil War. But so this is kind of phenomenon that's been happening with their propaganda movies. They literally, as everybody well knows now, they literally made the Joker movie as an insult to us. They did not expect us to like that film, and they were so pissed that we liked it. like they didn't expect our crowd of people to like the film, and they were so pissed that we liked it, that they went and made the second movie a garbage musical. They made it as crap as possible just to basically take their toys and go home. So it's a clip I'm gonna have to post. The same guy that I made the video talking about nostalgia had a clip talking about how it's difficult for Hollywood to tell the cult of personality story, because if they tell it too well, then you end up liking the cult of personality character. I kind of disagree with his analogy there for Fight Club. Like, I don't think anybody looks at Fight Club and thinks of it as a cult of personality film. It's more of, well, we'll save that to another day. But that's kind of the dynamic that happened with the Joker movie. And to me anyway, they kind of messed up Civil War. As I said in my Civil War review, Like, I don't know how anybody watched that movie. Like, yeah, I can see it, and I see what Alex Jones is saying, and I get it. But I said in my review, if the goal was to make it was you to watch that and walk away from it thinking of that president figure as being Trump, I don't see it. Like, the whole time I went into that movie knowing what it was, because Alex Jones had talked about it 1,000 times, and ended up like subplanting their narrative with my own. I reject your reality and replace it with my own. And to me, watching that movie, and so this is like an interesting thing too, if you think about it, because like the people watching this movie, and it's funny too, because I'm not going to call it garbage throughout this review. Like, I almost called it garbage. It's because the message is garbage. It's propaganda. It's a good film. It's a good watch. I recommend going to watch it. But you're gonna have confliction in the back of your head the entire time you watch it, because you know that the story's motivation, the moral of it, the messaging here is trash. Like, it's straight up propaganda, straight up New World Order propaganda. But it's done really good. Got Benicio del Toro's little bit of a performance in here. Sean Penn's fucking ass. Look, it's one of my friends. It's my friend's fucking car. That's mad funny. Sean Penn did such a good job in this movie that I actually want to see him play more gritty sergeant military dudes. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I know, we're just fucking, and then that annoying too that I gotta fucking like replay it. Oh, this is what you do in these fucking movie review videos. Only I'm low tech over here. Give me a break. But so, like, I can't see how anybody who's even mildly awake, like, yeah, sure, if you're a libtard with Trump derangement syndrome, like, it's not explicit in Civil War, right? Um, and you'd have to have Trump derangement syndrome. It doesn't feel explicit, or they missed the mark. It's not well done. They didn't pick the right people. They just didn't convey it well enough, or maybe they were scared to be so blatant with it and too on the nose with it. But for whatever reason, if you're already a leftist with Trump derangement syndrome, you're just gonna be supplanting Trump figures into whatever movie where some guy in a position of power gets taken out, right? Like, you'll be watching the movie Downfall unironically as a socialist, thinking of Hitler as Trump, you know. But to any like normal person that's not caught up in all of that, I mean, mainly what finally was the final nail in the coffin for me with regards to that was um, the fact that the Trump character, what was supposed to be the Trump character, was a real gray hair having, old looking. Not that Trump isn't old looking, but a real gray hair having, old looking guy. Like, and I think of Trump as more, well, orange. So, watching this movie while Biden is president, and you've got this fucking this office paint color swatch from Home Depot as the fucking president in the movie, I just can't help but think of Joe Biden, right? And it was just kind of interesting for me to watch as somebody running this New World Order news group, and kind of so basically as somebody reporting on what on the New World Order, right? And then these people in this movie are journalists, and they don't actually shoot anybody or get in combat. Well, they're in combat technically. Like, it's like We Were Soldiers. The way the reporter guy is just kind of milling about there, right? But like, other than the what kind of American are you scene, it's really not conveyed which side you're supposed to think, right? This movie, one battle after another, is blatant right from the like. I was walking into this after watching Civil War, and with my experience of it after listening to Alex Jones talk about it, and then coming away from it thinking, well, that didn't hit me at all the way Alex Jones described it. So I was expecting, now I posted back when I made some posts like months and months back, when like the new Naked gun movie and this movie, its trailer first popped up. And there was a bunch of other good movies. Oh, that HBO show with Ethan Hawke and the guy who plays Admiral Anderson. That's what I will eternally know him as. Doing sort of a conspiracy theorist show. I'm about to watch that next. I went to go watch the Office Chair conspiracy show, the Office Chair Company, because I seen that guy was reviewing that again. Fuck. I seen that guy. I got a lot of rummaging going around in the building right now. It's kind of distracting. But so the same guy on the nostalgia video and the fuck. What was the name of that? Fight Club Cult of Personality video. I think there was another video that I was reacting to. Regardless, I walked into this movie thinking it was going to hit me with the opposite effect of what Alex was saying, like Civil War did. When I made those posts a while back about basically like, yeah, there is a lot of bad shit, but at the same time, there is a lot of good shit. I feel like the good people in Hollywood and are just looking at Americana, I guess you could call it, right? And it's sort of like, you don't want to let all of this die. I mean, there is some value to the artistry in Hollywood. There's a lot of great movies. Like, I just don't want to be black-pilled and pessimistic about it. Like, oh, we throw it all away, right? Like, so I get the feeling that, I mean, you look at the new Naked Gun movie, right? And I get the feeling that the good parts of Hollywood are at least trying, right? They're like, you know what? We're gonna fucking try. So that was the point that I was making back when a lot of these trailers for newer movies came out, and the new Naked Gun movie was a big ass hit. But so I didn't know anything about this movie when I posted the trailer of it as an example of this sort of revival, basically, right? That I thought I was seeing. And I still think of it that way, maybe to a slightly lesser degree, but yeah, I still stand by what I said in those posts. So in that trailer, if you go watch this trailer with the volume on, so retard, I can't play it, otherwise retard YouTube will copyright it. And isn't that funny? I mean, how does Angry Joe have trailer reaction after trailer reaction? I think what happened was I played a couple of scenes of the movie, still retarded. I played a 1 minute trailer and a 2 minute scene and maybe another 1 minute scene out of an hour and a half long deep dive on the movie. Don't sit there and try to copyright claim my entire video because, like, and who the fuck even makes money on trailers anyway? You don't click on a trailer and have YouTube play a fucking ad before you watch another ad. So I don't know what exactly it is that you're copywriting. But anyway, you look at that trailer, and now this is going to lean into another kind of phenomenon, touch on another sort of mechanic going on here. But so, just like Civil War and Eddington, I guess would be, I don't know, maybe, I don't remember Alex Jones talking about it. He should watch it and start screaming and yelling about that movie, whatever it is that he might think about it. But I mean, again, if the goal of Eddington was to make the sheriff character the bad guy, they failed miserably. Like, it's still, you're still rooting for him, even at the end when he's gone crazy. Like, I would call that the opposite spectrum of this kind of propaganda film. Like, that would be a 1984 style film to me. As to where this one is just your straight propaganda. So, and the mechanic that I'm going to touch on here is that the resistance has been around for a long time, and we existed way before this recent outcropping of New World Order useful idiots rioting in the streets. You know, we're the resistance. We're resisting guys like this fucking communist who useful idiot of the New World Order and the United Nations who's fighting tooth and nail to maintain the population replacement open border policy. Like, that's so like, they are trying to advertise to this new crowd of idiots, right? They're trying to, like, you watch this movie, the kind of setup that these guys have, the French 75. Yeah, well, meet the Big Green 101. The leftists wish that they had that level of cohesion, right? My guys do little winks and nods at each other. We're worse than these fucking idiots up on Capitol Hill winking and nodding at each other like they got some kind of a plan. But this, what's portrayed in this movie is truly like the fantasy land of the nerdy left. Code words, doing all kinds of, you know, Cold War era telephone codes. It's very Kids Next Door-ish in the way that it feels. But So you're advertising to this new crop of people. Like, so because we were around first, we already have this kind of mentality in our head about things, right? So it's kind of like, it's kind of, and yeah, I'm struggling to find the terminology for all this. We're in uncharted territory here, breaking new ground. But so we already had like the construct. I don't know what to label this like a fucking an old guy listening to his kids' music and being like, "Oh, that's just a copy, a ripoff of this older song here." Like they got those, Gramps music videos with the black guy is like listening to some music and then the edit switches over to him again, but now he's got like old guy curly hair and an old guy mustache and he plays the original version of the song. Like it's like that. Like it's very easy to watch this as a, like young kid conspiracy theorist me when I was a teenager. I mean, I knew about the United Nations open borders replacement migration policy even back then when I was a kid. I've been posting it for fucking years. That's why it's so crazy to see this shit finally climax into its logical conclusion. But like the trailer, I would have been really into these trailers even as a teenager. Just the trailers by themselves in a vacuum. Like the resistance, oh, we're fighting the government, that kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? So they're so as opposed to like Civil War, look at it as a like a progression of improvement from their perspective. Like to them, us liking the Joker so much as a rebellious anti-establishment symbol was a failure. So they got a bit better with Civil War. I still liked Civil War. I couldn't watch that movie and think that it was about Trump. I thought it was about Biden. I was like, you failed. You failed. I just supplanted him with Biden because, like, in what fucking reality do you think? I just don't. I just don't see it. In what reality you think that's? I don't know. It's just so far. I guess it's just so far into Delulu land that, like, but it's subtle. The delusion is implied subtly here and there. The difference with this movie is that right off the bat, from the very beginning, it's guys blowing up ice facilities. Like I really didn't expect it to be exactly what Alex Jones is saying when he's screaming about it. But it really is that. Like right from the bat, illegal immigrants piled up in a detention center. These fucking goofballs come along and try to blow the place up. Let's blow up a bunch of federal buildings. Let's attack the military. This movie really is what Alex Jones says it is. It's good. And if you tweaked it a bunch and it was made like a fucking decade ago, if you just got rid of like the illegal immigrant retardation and made it just about fighting the government and secret societies, you got this Christmas Adventurers secret society. Whole time I was watching those scenes, I was thinking of that group, The Council. Nice little synchronicity there that happened in the group when I was playing Max Payne 2, and then the fucking bunch of synchronicities. I'll get to those in a later episode. Still got another episode on the weirdness of Alex Jones to make. So, yeah, the movie starts off right off the bat and follows through all the way with being exactly what Alex Jones, like a straight up propaganda piece from the New World Order to get you hyped up about the idea of fighting ICE, basically. Just totally on its face, unabashed, not hiding it whatsoever. You got this guy, this character's basically like, he's like he's like a cuck to his girl's ideology. His girl's retard ideology is what is fucking his girl, and he's like a cuck to that. He could say, babe, all this stuff, all this shit we're doing is retarded and crazy. We should probably stop and just like fuck off and try to live a normal life. She's like, no. And by the end of the movie, she ends up fucked. And in hiding. And he's just gotta like single dad it. But yeah. I'm not gonna spoil much for you. I'm just gonna tell you, yeah, it is. You go watch what Alex Jones says about it in little clips here and there. It basically is that. But it's good. So I'd recommend you go watch it. Just, I don't know, and it's kind of fun to watch it just for the weird feeling of it being so fucking like the opposite of reality, like a twisted reality, like you're looking through the other side's rose colored darkly, like once again with the whole we liked the Joker, they perceived that as a failure. Yeah. But like the post I made the other day said, billion-dollar corporation with psychologists and PhDs studying propaganda for years versus a teenager with internet access. And then it's just a bunch of fucking memes. Yeah, you're not winning. You're not winning. You've lost totally and completely. Of course, they probably started working on this movie before fucking geez, I don't know. Right. Maybe they started writing it like and getting it ready just in case Trump won. I don't know, but my as a movie experience, and even coming from somebody like me who totally disagrees with the message of the movie, it's just propaganda nonsense. But as a movie experience, I forgot what the movie was that I was comparing it to in experience alone. Just like I don't know, but as a movie experience, I'd give it like a a 7, a 7-ish. Yeah, like a strong 7. I'm capable of separating the ideological shit from the enjoyment of the performances and everything. Yeah, it was good. Go watch it. Go shit on it. It's garbage propaganda ideology, but like and subscribe. Peace.